When the stock market dips, when the stock market goes down, it's a buy. Remember, all dips are buys. You are a long-term investor. Remember that? You're not a short-term investor. So when these stocks go down, you take advantage of it. They don't sell. Now you get a chance to buy these stocks that you've always wanted or the stocks you've done your research on sale. This is going to be a sum of all types of volatility. And volatility just means the stock market's going to go down a little bit. We're going to have some corrections. We're going to have some dips. We're going to have a little bit of pullbacks. And that's your chance to buy these stocks. With all the geopolitical news and the politics, remember, this is an election year for the House and Senate. So it's going to be all types of foolery and nonsense that may bring down the stock market, which means you can buy the stocks on sale. If you had paid attention to the stocks that I was buying in July, take a look at those stocks because those stocks are going to be on a dip and those stocks will go down a little bit. And that just means you're buying on a sell. If you got some stocks that you really want to buy them. If they don't sell, buy them. It's like getting them half price off. Why not? If they go down 10%, that's a 10% discount. You wanted the stock anyway, so now you can buy it. Do not stop buying the dips in these stocks. So take advantage of it. Who cares? Who cares about all the stupid news? Because your mindset is all long-term. You are buying the S&P 500 index funds and you're buying individual funds. I've gave you a list of individual funds that I was buying in July that you should take a chance on, maybe do your research on and consider buying. But also, if you don't want to buy individual funds, then you have some ETFs. You got the VOO, you got the VTI, you got the VUG, you got the QQQ, you got the SCHD, all types of ETF or index funds that you want to buy to be a participant in this market. If you do not want to buy those ETFs, you can buy some individual funds. If you don't want to buy anything right now, make sure you have some cash to buy these dips and buy these pullbacks because they are coming. The summertime, a lot of these Wall Street guys, they take vacations and they don't really put their money into the stock market. They may just sit on the sideline for a little bit because they're on vacation. They'll come back in September, October, right before the election, and they'll start buying stocks, which means that the volume of buying these stocks right now during the summertime is not going to be strong because a lot of these guys are on the sideline or on vacation. So for the most part, it's going to be people like me and you, these small investors, the retail investors that is going to put money into the stock market. And that's why all this geopolitical news is going to come out right now during the summertime when there's not really people in the market because they're going to come back to buy the dip later, right? We got some Federal Reserve speaking in a couple weeks. We have the Jackson Hole meeting in Wyoming in August, which means they're going to talk about policy and talk about where the Fed's perspectives is for the next couple of years. But also, we're going to have an election year. And with the election year, there's going to be all types of craziness. They're going to drop all types of crazy news. And we don't even know about this peace still with the people over there in the Middle East. So buy stocks that are on dip, like the Mag 7. Buy some dividend stocks. Buy some growth stocks. Buy some value stocks. Have a diversified portfolio. And if you don't want to buy individual funds, like I said earlier, buy those index funds. Those index funds are down right now for the last couple days, so you can buy them on a dip. If you want to buy chip companies, they're on a dip. Do not let short-term volatility or short-term dips prevent you from buying your stocks for the long term. You are a long-term investor. Stay the course and buy stocks. Be honest with you, when the stocks go down like this, when there's red in the market like this, you really want to buy growth stocks, to be honest with you. So if you really want to buy some stocks, if you really don't have a portfolio yet, try to see if you can buy some growth stocks. Maybe the VUG. The VUG is an ETF that goes up like 25%. For the last 10 years, it's been up 25%. It's a very good ETF that has some growth stocks in it. They have all your favorites like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, so forth and so on. That way you don't have to do your research and you don't have to pay attention to the news. You can just set it and forget it. If you don't want to buy the VUG, you can buy the Mag 7 like Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, and also Broadcom. Even though that's not a Mag 7, you can add that in there as well. There's a lot of individual stocks that you can buy. You can buy some of the growth stocks that are going to be good in the future, like Celsius, like ELF, like SoFi. Those are stocks I had mentioned that I was going to buy in the month of July, and I bought in the month of June. Microsoft is down. You might want to take a look at that for long term. But all these stocks are there for you to buy on a dip. All dips are buys. Do not let the news prevent you from buying these great stocks. What's going to happen is during this summer, I don't know if it's going to happen today, but there will be a type of a pullback because they want to test the market. It's going to test the Federal Reserve, the new Federal Reserve. It's going to test him. And once it tests him, the stock market's going to go down a little bit because they want to see what he's going to do. Is he going to raise interest rates? Is he going to lower interest rates? Is he going to stay the course? Is he going to stop giving out news? Is he going to pull back on the news? So the market is going to test the new Federal Reserve, especially in the month of August, and we have a midterm. So with that being said, you may see red in the market for a couple of days. Who cares? Or you may see green in the market, but you are buying consistently over the next couple years, 10, 15, 20 years, you're a long-term investor. So you cannot get caught up in this news, caught up in this nonsense, because I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming from the Federal Reserve. It's going to come from the president. It's going to come from these politicians because they are trying to win their elections in November. There's going to be a lot of influencers on YouTube, the financial gurus, all these people in the news, Bloomberg, CNBC, CNN, any news outlet, they're going to say, oh, the stock market's going down. The stock market's going to crash. The AI bubble has bust and all this other stuff. Maybe so, but that is your chance to buy stocks. I also said a couple of months ago to make sure you have some cash on the side because I knew this was coming. We're going to have a little pullback, a little correction. Who cares? You're going to buy stocks because you're long term. So do not pay attention to those financial YouTubers on there, all those CNN people and CNBC people and Fox Business. Just buy stocks long term. Now you get to have these stocks on sale. See, a lot of these stocks, especially these consumer stocks, are going to make a lot of money because school's going to start back up in a couple months. These stocks are going to fly, like your Walmarts, your Costco's, your Targets, your clothing stores, your shoe stores, because every parent, no matter what's going on in the economy, is going to put new clothes on their kids to go back to school. They're going to give them new book bags. They're going to give them new books, pens, and pencils, and markers, so forth and so on. So you want to continue to look at those stocks as well. Some of those consumer stocks that have been down for the year, they're ready to pop. Nike, Walmart, Target, Costco, they are ready to go. Now you can buy them on a dip, especially if the market dips this summer, which I think it will. It's already starting today. Look at those stocks, do your research, and buy for long term. Buy all dips. In the meantime, stay focused on your money, stay focused on your bread, and keep your econ 100, man. You already know.